Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Today, delighted to get on Brad Raya. He's the current European champion. It's fight week. He's boxing Lyndon Arthur. He's 2 days out. He's making his defence and yeah, how are you feeling today, Brad?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Just in the hotel now. Been at the press conference today. Weighing tomorrow, so yeah, we're getting close. I'm getting excited. But it's been a long camp. It's been a grueler. It's been a tough one, and it's nice. The lights finally at the end of the tunnel, and Saturday night's what the past 13 weeks have been all about. All the hard work is for Saturday night, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, when it got announced, it's a fight where real like all everyone's been getting really excited for this fight. You've both sort of wanted this one as well. Bit of a local derby as well, which is always adds a little bit of a not tension, bit of spice to it. Like just makes it that little bit more exciting. Manchester, blue or red. We know what colour it is for the football, but we'll see what colour it is come Saturday night for the boxing.
Yeah, like it's a great fight, and you have all them other aspects that go into it that make the fight a little bit more sellable, get people a little bit more excited for the fight, and that's why I think it's going to be a great night on Saturday. There'll be a lot of eyes on the fight that maybe might not have been on the fight if them little things didn't kind of perk the interest of people. Like you say, you'll probably have a few football fans watching the fight. Because it's an all Manchester affair, you'll have a few watching the fight, and yeah, well, that's what I want at the end of the day. I want as many people to be tuning in and watching me do what I can do, and hopefully from there, people will enjoy the way I fight, and will take a liking to me, and that fan base can just keep building, and we can one day work towards me headlining these shows in Manchester, and that's always been a big dream of mine to be fighting at these arenas in Manchester. Growing up watching the likes of Ricky and following Anthony Croller and Scott Quigg and these types of fighters, it's been a dream of mine to be the fighter headlining the show, and yeah, this is just another step towards that.
Yeah, of course you did mention Ricky there. Of course, unfortunate news the last few weeks for Ricky. All thoughts go out to his family. I know that you were close with Ricky.
Yeah, like terrible news, and even now, it's still kind of sinking in. But yeah, look, I'm just lucky to be able to look back and have so many good memories with him, and to have had him be such kind of a big part of my career and my life. Because it wasn't just a working relationship with me and Rick. We were friends as well, and even when I left his gym and I wasn't fighting out of his gym anymore, he'd come up to Blackpool and watch me fight. I'd bump into him around Manchester. We'd watch football together. We'd have a pint together, and I'm very lucky that I've kind of got all them memories with him.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah. Um, are you surprised that your fight with Lyndon's not the main event, being the fact that I know the Boatsi's at Parker fight's a very good fight as well, but I asked Lyndon the same question. Are you not disappointed, but were you expecting to sort of be the main event? Of course, you're both, two Manchester lads.
Nah, not really. Look, I have no problem with being the co-main event on this one, and I think Bawatsi Parker is a very, very deserving main event. Bawatsi is obviously a world level operator, and yeah, look, I think most of the fans tuning in at home will probably be, that fight's the main event, and they'll be looking forward to that fight. But most of the fans in the arena, I think most of them are coming out for me and Lyndon. Um, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. Everyone who's in there and everyone who's bought a ticket, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere.
Yeah, 100%. Of course, some people would take a bit of an easier first offence, but with you, even from the start of your career, you haven't had it easy, and we wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, no, I don't do easy fights. I don't want to, pick easy fights, and I don't want to do an easy route. I want to be in the most exciting fights, and I want to be in the fights that get me up for it the most. And I think most importantly, I've had 3 years where I've been sidelined and I've not been boxing at the level I know I'm at, and it's been frustrating. And you know what I mean? I don't want to get me big break and to pick up my first major title and then
Yeah. I mean,
pick.
the start of the year, with the whole boxing on the Butterbeer Bivol card falling through, then the Dos Santos being a bit of a frustrating start to the year, but the middle and now towards the end, it's getting where you want it.
Yeah, at the start of the year, I was saying to everyone, this is the one, this is the year, get things back on track. And then a few months in, I was just like, this cannot be happening again. But look, I believe that something was going to come up, and I believe that I was going to get an opportunity at some point, and it was just staying in the gym, staying ready for when that opportunity come. I was going to grab it with both hands, and that's what I did with the Dos Santos fight. 3 days notice, stepped in. Unfortunately, he pulled out, but being ready to take that fight on short notice then put me on the path to the Shakan Pitters fight for the European title, and getting the win there, European champion, signed by Queensbury, back to fighting on big shows, and it just shows you're just one fight away from getting your foot back in the door and getting back into them big fights. So yeah, I'm glad. Look, I believe that I was going to get there, and I stayed dedicated. I stayed in the gym, and definitely reap the rewards.
Yeah, and this is a fight as well that's your hardest fight to date, as you did mention in both the press conferences. It has been very respectful between the two of you. I know you've sparred plenty of rounds together. I am going to ask the question pretty much everyone else does with this one. Are you taking anything from those spars?
No, look, sparring means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I know that. I think Lyndon knows that. Um, it's been spars where he's got the better. It's been spars where I've got the better, and it's been spars the majority of them where they've been 50-50 spars. And look, that's just sparring at the end of the day. You're in with someone who's at a different stage of camp. They might have been just back in the gym. They might be just ready to fight. Like, the person you're sparring is not the person you're going to be in there with on fight night. And I know that. I'm sure Lyndon knows that. But yeah, I do believe that we've both had big notice for this fight. We've both trained hard, and we've both going to be the best versions of ourselves on Saturday night. So, look, no excuses either way. May the best man win, but I'm confident it's going to be me.
Yeah, of course. People are saying, "Oh, he's got the experience. You've got the you're more on the uprise sort of thing." Yeah, and of course, he's had the harder fights. People were saying he's had tougher fights. This is your hardest fight, but people were seeing you as the favourite after coming off some of your best wins today.
Yeah, look, I think Lyndon wasn't very happy that he was the underdog. But look, betting odds to me mean nothing. It's what I do on Saturday night, and look, I'm confident that I should be winning the fight. I think that I should be, the favourite. But odds and all that mean absolutely nothing at the end of the day. Sounds like it's motivated Lyndon and give a bit of a bee in his bonnet. So it's just another reason why I'm going to have the best version of him on a Saturday night. But yeah, like I can't look into any of that, and I've just got a job to do. Like you say, he is more experience. I am up and coming, and I'm trying to get to the stage that he's been at. And I've just got to keep pushing on. I've just got to keep pushing on. I've got to win on Saturday night, and then I've got to keep moving up the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, he said, people are saying, "Oh, you're definitely going to be more hungrier for it," but he's definitely it's another opportunity for him to try and get back to where he wants to be and where you want to be. So he's going to be coming on fire, all firing cylinders for this one as well, since he's coming off to the defeat to Yard. Do you believe you've got him at the right time, as some people might think, or you're expecting a full ready Lyndon Arthur?
No, look, I'm expecting the best Lyndon Arthur possible. Look, I made a comment at the press conference that I feel like I want it more than him, and I'm hungrier than him. And I think he took offence again. I think he was thought I was having a dig, saying that he's not hungry anymore, and look, that's not the case. He has to be hungry because if he doesn't win this fight, where does he go? What's his options? What's his next step? So I know he's hungry, but I was just stating the fact he's not as hungry as me. Look, I've had a tough few years, and it's built that up inside me. It's given me that little chip on my shoulder, and it's given me that drive where, yeah, look, I do feel a bit hard done by, and I do feel, like you say, it's me against the world sometimes. So that's just the mentality I have, and you know, it's not a dig at him. It's not a dig at anyone else. I just feel like I put the work in, and I've got the mentality where I want it more than these guys.
Yeah. And I am going to mention it. Of course, it with the whole press conference in it, the whole card being a pretty much well, the main card is packed with the light heavyweights. Frank's pretty much got most of the light heavyweights in Britain on his promotion. If yeah, and yeah, what do you make of I know full eyes are on Lyndon. What are your have you got any predictions for the undercard fights as well?
Look, there's some great fights on. Seems Billy and Ezra got a little bit tasty at the press conference today.
What did you make of it? That one.
It's just not for me, all that shit. It's just a bit forced and a bit fake in it. And like I say, I think we'll see on Saturday night that that I think Billy will get the job done. I like Billy. I know Billy.
Have you sparred Billy this camp?
Not for this camp, but I have sparred Billy in the past, and look, I've got a lot of time for him. He's a good lad, and look, I reckon he'll get the job done. But yeah, there's lots of great fights. There's
What
Troy.
about Cameron v Troy Jones? I think that's a real pick 'em
Yeah,
fight as
great,
well.
it's a great fight. I've been doing quite a bit of Troy, sparring with Troy for this one, and he's looking sharp. He's looking good, mate. So yeah, look, I like Troy. I like Liam as well, but look, me and Troy really get on, and I think this will be the fight where it can really kind of push him on into that looking at titles. Um, so yeah, look, I think I'm back in Troy for this one.
And who, of course, well, I was about to ask you who you got for your fight, but I think
Yeah,
we all know the answer for that one. Who've you got for the Boatsi Parker fight?
I'm going, but actually, I think he's just going to be a level above. Yeah, and I think although he lost against Callum Smith, I think it was one of his best performances. Uh,
Yeah,
and I think he's obviously made a few changes and adapted a bit since that. So I think we're going to see a good version of Boatsi on Saturday night.
100%. And yeah, have you sort of let all your people know what time you'd be ring walking, what time the fight is roughly, or will you find that out tomorrow and post it all on your socials?
Probably find out tomorrow and give it a post on my socials. Yeah, so just keep an eye out on my Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And yeah, look, we're buzzing to go Saturday night. It's nearly there now.
Yes, nearly there, almost there. And yeah, as always, Brad, before I let you go, I'll let you shout out the usual people who are helping and supporting on your journey at the moment.
Yeah, look, I've got so many, but my team, Sharp Style, look, me missus who's out with tickets. Honestly, she's been like my PA, and my mum and dad as well helping out with tickets. Obviously, all my sponsors who look during them difficult times when I was fighting on them small shows, they kept me going. And yeah, look, everyone who's just bought a ticket, I've smashed the tickets on this by a country mile, the most I've ever done. So yeah, look, it means the world to me. It means the world to me, and this is just the beginning. I'm going to be not just here flashing the pan. Always nice on these big shows. Need to get used to it because they're going to be more regular. And like I say, one day I'm looking at building headlining these shows.
Yeah, 100% you will be. And from me, Brad, big thank you for your time today. Really do appreciate it. And all the best on Saturday night. Good luck.
I'm top man, mate. Speak to you soon.
Bye, mate. Thank you.